Hello, and welcome to my next podcast episode, which is probably going to be a little bit shorter than usual. Not like the hour and a half halvesies we've been doing lately. And I just thought I'd come on here and talk about stuff. Hello. Um, I was about to break into toxic gossip train because I've been listening to it a lot. You know. Some people have been saying some things about me that aren't quite true, but not as I remember the lyrics. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, so I'm just gonna introduce things. I'm gonna address things. I'm gonna talk about the future of the podcast. I'm gonna talk about the fallout, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I have a brief outline of like what I want to talk about today, so I'm a bit more organized, hopefully, and not going to be relying on any poor research. So some of you will be very happy about that. Okay? Alright. So, let's start from the beginning, I guess. So, what happened exactly, if you don't know, is I made a podcast episode about why I don't watch XQC anymore, as someone who used to watch him quite a bit. And I genuinely made that video thinking no one's gonna see this, and I wasn't coming from a perspective of like, oh, I can say whatever the fuck I want because like no one's gonna watch this. That's not really where I was coming from. It was more of a I actually feel like I tried to, I don't want to say soften the blow, but I tried my best to say what I was thinking, my opinions, and say them in a way where it was not super fiery, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't trying to be like, yo, fuck this dude, fuck him, and everything he fucking stands for. I wasn't trying to be like that. So if some people felt that way, sorry. Jesus, turned into an apology video already. um, yeah, so what ended up happening is, XQC, I guess, reacted to it. I guess I should have expected the React Lord to, react to a video about him, so. Yeah. So that happened. Nice millennial. So that happened. Yeah. And uh I didn't watch the video, I'll be straight up. I didn't watch his reaction. And I probably never will. Probably never will. Or maybe I will. I don't know. I'm undecided on it at the moment, but for the time being I'm kind of just going to make this video about it and then gonna move on from it, I suppose, because I don't really see the point in dwelling on it. I don't want to juice the drama, if you will, because kind of is drama, I guess. So this is probably the only video I'll make on it, but if in a year's time I start making content out of it, then you'll know I'm in a fucking content drought. And then you can call me a hack. I give you permission. Yeah, so it's unlikely that I'm gonna talk about it any further. And I guess I just have a lot to get off my chest about everything, which I think is fair. I think a lot of people had a lot to say about it, which is, I don't know, it makes sense, right? You say something publicly, I guess openly, you deserve to be criticized for it, you know? Whatever criticisms it may be, or whatever people, I guess, who agree with you, it's gonna happen both ways. So, in saying that I didn't really expect anyone to watch it, it's as you probably tell, has quite a few views by now. So people have watched it. People have skipped through it. People have painstakingly gone through it, I'm sure. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I think one thing I kept thinking about a lot ever since it happened was how different of an experience it's been. Because I feel like I've been all of my online life on one side of things, and I think for the first time ever, I'm on a totally different side of things. And I think it's been a really interesting experience because of that, because I know what it's like being a commenter. You comment things, you say what you're thinking because it's easy, it's accessible, and you don't really think much of what you say online, I guess. But I think being on the other side of it, being the person who's being kind of talked about, not that I'm getting a big head over it or anything, but that's just what's happened, right? Yeah, it's been really interesting to be on the receiving end of those kind of things. So I think it's. Am I going to say the word interesting again? It's a very unique experience, I would say, and I've gained a different perspective about it, I reckon. So I just wanted to say that. I also wanted to say, like, I don't consider myself a victim in any way because, like I said, I put something out there. I'm responsible for what I put out there, and I'm. I hear this all the time where like smaller channels or small like Twitter profiles or something, they say some shit about a creator, and then the creator calls them out for it, and then they go, "Don't talk about me. I'm tiny. I'm a tiny little person. Don't sick your whole fan base on me and stuff." Because I know while people say I don't sick anyone on anybody, but it's like it's kind of just like the natural process of what happens if a big creator calls someone out for like anything. I'm not necessarily saying XQC did this. I'm just saying as an example. A lot of people, a lot of the time, smaller creators like Little Miss Tiny Channel over here will be like, "I'm a victim. I'm a victim," and I'm not at all saying that. I actually think that if anything, it makes me feel more like thoughtful about the stuff that I want to put out on the internet. And that's going to go into like the future of the podcast and stuff, which I'll talk about in a minute. But yeah, I just want to reiterate I don't consider myself a victim. I think it's so silly when people, like, even being in this position now, I feel like it's so dumb when people are like, oh, I'm allowed to say some shit about somebody, but if they retort or like have anything to say back, then they're bullying me. And I just want you to know I don't think about it that way, actually, at all. And I quite frankly think those people are a little bit silly for thinking that. Just a little bit. Just a okay, a lot, a lot. Because now that I've been on that side of it, I'm like, guys, it's not that bad. If you want to say some shit on the internet, you have to be prepared for what could come, what could happen. So I just wanted to say that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so now I need to talk about the future of the podcast. And yes, it is a podcast. I don't know if people understood that, but it wasn't meant to be a video like essay, like an edited down like do like kind of video. It was a podcast, and podcasts tend to be more like loose and free flowing. I don't know if you know, but they tend to be like a little bit. Well, mine tend to be a little bit more unstructured, and I guess like in terms of like the future of the podcast, it really did get me thinking a lot about what I want to do with this and what I want to put out on the internet. And I think I've been very thoughtful this past week about that kind of stuff, and I've been trying to get inspiration from other podcasts and broadening my horizons a little bit on like what's possible with this format. And I've been thinking a lot about it, so the podcast ain't going away. Let's just say that. Um yeah, I've been thinking a lot because obviously the XQC video was kind of like tea, kind of like drama, I guess. I suppose, yeah, it's kind of like tea drama. Even the Nick Ricardo video is kind of like, ooh, tea, or whatever. And I've been thinking like, to tea or not to tea, right? Do we make a podcast where we talk about tea because I kind of love hearing about it? Or do we try to make something that's more informative or less opinionative or better researched, as some people pointed out? And yeah, so I think I'm thinking about it a lot, and I'm trying to consider all the different avenues I could go down, because I think seeing the fact that you make a video about someone in particular and they actually go and they look at it and they actually see it, and I'm like seeing that right in front of my eyes, that happening, gave me a little bit more of like a, oh shit, like even if I think that I'm not being watched or viewed or whatever on YouTube, there's still the possibility that whatever video I make about somebody, they could see it. Even if in my brain it's like 0% chance, I'm like, they actually might see it. And I think, yeah, I really am yapping. Sorry, guys, but that's the podcast. That's the podcast. Hopefully, the timestamps help out. I think what I was mainly thinking about is that, like, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, you know? Like, I think that's, like, the main point. Like, I hope I didn't hurt XQC's feelings about things. I doubt I did, but I also don't want to do that. It's never my intention, never my MO, I guess. And so, yeah, I've been thinking a lot about, like, do I even do tea anymore? Because it just doesn't seem like the kind of thing I want to put out there. You know what I'm saying? So we might we might explore different avenues. I've been getting a lot of inspiration. I think I've got some ideas in my head about things that I want to do. I might still do some videos criticizing certain things, because there are some things that I'm very passionate about that I would like to talk about and inform people on, but obviously those are going to have to be like way, way, way better researched than, I guess, what I've done in the past. Sorry. Focus. Focus! Damn it. I have to brighten this, I think. Yeah, and I will say this, okay? Um, fair criticisms. From what I did read, I haven't read like really any comments, but from I think like one I did manage to see, or someone told me about, was just comments about like my information not being like the best. And I think that that's a super fair criticism, and I have heard you, and I will try my best to do more research and preparation for these kind of things, you know. But I will say this on top of it, um a lot of what I said was really just my opinion, and my opinions have formed over years of like viewership, kind of the same as most people. I've seen probably everything that everyone else has seen before. And so my opinions come from those experiences. And of course, we're going to experience them differently. We have our own lives, we have our own experiences. And so those are really just my opinions. And, you know, respectfully, they're still going to be my opinion at the moment. My opinions have not changed for the most part. And I think I still hold the opinion that there is a lot that is speculative. There's a lot that is unknown about everything. Not to rehash the stuff that I talked about, but a lot of it is still unknown. So I would say my opinions remain the same. And if you have differing opinions, God bless you. I love that for you. That's fantastic. You're entitled to your own opinions, just as well as I am my own. So I hope that helps. Yeah. But yeah, I'll continue to say, not well researched. I'll take that criticism and I'll take it to the bank. And I'll try to improve on it, okay? I swear to you, I will try to improve on that. Because I also really agree with it too. And no, I did not get my information from ChatGPT. I don't think so anyway. Actually, wait, I could check that right now. I'm sorry, my memory about it all is not the greatest, but it definitely was not from ChatGPT, I think. God, was it? I don't know. I'll have to log in. Yeah, and then there's a lot of more stuff that I would like to address, but okay, I have to log in. I can't be fucked doing that right now. But yeah, I don't think ChatGPT had anything to do with it. If anything, it was Reddit and trying to remember some things that happened back when I was watching. So whatever, whatever. Right? It's really not that big of a deal. I don't think so. I don't think it's that serious, but I don't know. All right. Another thing that I wanted to address because apparently I have to come out and say this, but are me and XQC dating? Guys, we are not secretly dating. We're not doing anything secretly. I really don't know where you guys get that whole idea from, to be honest. And there are even some like comments saying that they saw me at the mall with like Chris Hemsworth or something, and I was like, no, that didn't happen. So I don't know, just some like silly comments and stuff, I guess. So I thought I'd just address that and be like, no, I did not go out with Chris Hemsworth. I am not dating XQC. Ugh, that's been a lot off my chest because that's really been bothering me a lot. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Also, people saying that they think I'm on Ozempic, and I'm actually on Ozempic and Wegovy. I put one in one leg and one in the other leg. Gotta make sure I'm fit. Fit, fit, fit. Yeah, so also to add on to like their criticisms that I think are fair, or like not even like criticisms, I think there's something really nice and heartwarming that I would love to highlight for a second here and give credit. I noted that someone was able to really well communicate that they somewhat agreed with my opinions, but also wanted to mention that at some point XQC's content really helped them in their life and I guess gave them like entertainment or support or had a really positive effect in their lives. And I think that that is important to highlight. And maybe I didn't mention it enough, but I think all kinds of creators do this where they can really affect people's lives in like a really positive way. And I don't want to dismiss that or like take that away from him. I don't think I have the power to take anything away from that man, but I just wanted to say I think that that's a really beautiful thing to highlight, and I think it's wonderful that there are a lot of people who had that to say about it, and I think that is really nice. And I think that it I think that it was really awesome how quite a lot of juices were able to communicate themselves in a really healthy manner, I think. I know I said I didn't really read the comments, but when it first happened, I had my notifications on, so a lot of the comments on my video, I did kind of read a little bit until after like a couple days, and I had to turn my notifications off. So I did get to read some, I guess, but yeah, but I have not really read any from XQC's video or videos, I guess. Um, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think a lot of people were able to communicate themselves really well. I had a few people actually come to my stream and have some really nice things to say, really cool, really calm and collected. And so for the people who are able to communicate in a good way, good for you. Good for you. You're going to go far in life. Because there were quite a few people who were quite frankly, don't have communication skills. But, I mean, whatever. It's the internet. I'm not expecting an English assignment to come through, right? Yeah, so I guess that's that about the criticisms I think were fair. That made sense. I feel like that really was. I mean, when you're talking about like your opinion, there really isn't that much to like criticize and be like, "Well, your opinion's wrong." Well, it is my opinion, and it's my opinion that your opinion that my opinion's wrong is wrong. Okay, yeah, that was confusing. Um, yeah, so I guess like some final thoughts I have to say about the whole thing is that I'm glad it really made me think about what I'm making here and what kind of effect it's having on people because, I'm sure XQC is fine. Like I said in the video, XQC is going to be fine. He's not going to whatever. That's what I think at the moment. If it comes to my knowledge that it's otherwise, I will apologize. Um but at the moment he seems fine, you know? And that's what I said in the Joss Whedon video too. He's gonna be fine. He's not gonna watch this. But now I can say, XQC, if you're watching this, um, if I did hurt your feelings, I am sorry. And I can give like more of a personal apology. That sounded weird. Not in a weird way. Not in a weird way. Let's keep it civil. Um, right, some final thoughts that I had to say or like think about is that on the internet when you're like making judgments, when you're making opinion pieces or talking about what you think and stuff, uh, it ultimately doesn't really matter what I have to say. And I feel like that sounds kind of like depresso, like nothing matters. I feel like nothing matters in a good way, though. I think people probably have made up their mind about a lot of things, and there are probably some people where they're undecided about things or they didn't think of things in one way, and so watching the vids might make them see things in a different viewpoint. And I welcome discussion. I welcome it. I think it's good, and I like to be the vehicle of discussion or the way that gets people talking and thinking and stuff. But in saying that, I just think that you say your piece and then you make peace with it and you're like, okay, I'm done. And so I just think that it doesn't really matter in the end. Which I know it sounds bad, but I think it's a good thing. And I think maybe at the moment that's what I feel, but then I guess you could say nothing you say matters, but then it's like, well, what if you say something mean and then you actually do upset someone? I don't want to do that. So that's why I'm going to try and pivot my podcast content elsewhere. Pivot it into perhaps different topics, different ideas. And I think that'll be a good thing for the podcast. I'm interested in expanding it and not being funneled into like a T channel or God forbid I do not want to become a Mukitty clone. Yes, I don't want to become a Mukitty clone. Sorry about that. Yeah. And I don't mean that in like a mean way to her. I think she actually makes really fun content. I think she's funny. I think it's just a shame that she's not really making stuff anymore. But I always enjoyed her videos actually. I think her editing was like so fun, so awesome, and she was always so funny. But whatever, I don't want to get into it because I don't want to have the wrong research about it, God forbid. But okay, let me preface it by saying this. I heard that she got demonetized and that's why she stopped posting or something. But I could not have the right information there. That's what I heard, okay? That's what I heard. Which if that is the case, I'm sorry for her because she was funny. Genuinely. She was funny. But yeah, that's also partly the reason why I don't want to make any more videos out of this. I could have juiced the shit out of the clips and the TikToks and stuff like that, but ultimately I don't want to be like the XQC girl, you know? I'm not the XQC girl. I'm just me, okay? I made one video about it, technically two now, and I feel like I'm kind of done with it. So, yeah. But I couldn't leave it be and like not address it, I suppose. So, there's that. Um and yeah, like I said before, we all have opinions and that's great. And the people who can express themselves maturely are fantastic people. And I was actually quite surprised. A lot of juices seem to be really cool people, really cool and really logical, very, very mature, very polite, very demure. I love you guys. You guys are great. But I was very surprised by that, to be honest. Yeah, so that's kind of what happened. I think I did have to take like a few days off of streaming for a bit because it just got kind of hectic, I guess. Just a little bit. It wasn't too bad though. It wasn't too bad, fortunately. But today I'm gonna go back to streaming, which my community is really gonna love. So happy that I can be returning for them because it was hard being away. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard being away. Sorry if I sound like I'm mumbling a little bit. I'm trying to do my timestamps. See, we are a one-woman show, so it's a little bit difficult sometimes. So yeah, I'll be returning to streaming today. And what is the time? Yeah, so it turns out it's gonna be a very short episode today, but that's fine. I mean, I don't want to dawdle on too much, yap too much. um, yeah, the returning to streaming is gonna be good. I think I'm looking forward to it. I've got some things I want to do. I've got plans. I've got art I need to make, so I'm gonna try and get that. Ooh, I'm gonna try and get some real good work done today. Ooh, yikes. Anyway, um, I guess I just wanted to say and just like a thank you to people who supported me. A thank you to people who were kind and didn't come and barrage me with like hate for having opinions. Sorry, it's out of focus again. Okay, whatever. My camera can't decide what to do, I guess. Maybe it's seeing faces in the curtain or something. I don't know. Yeah, so in summary, TLDR, we're not dating. Don't want to date. The future's gonna be good. Hashtag cope. I'm not a victim in any way. So don't try to, I don't know. Don't get it wrong, I guess. That's what I'm saying. Don't get what I'm saying as wrong. And I'm not really coming here to defend myself either. I'm just kind of coming here to be like, this is what's up. This is what happened, and I get to talk about it because it's my fucking channel. Yeah. All right. Now I am kind of yapping. All right. Short episode today, but we'll be back to probably normal stuff next week. I don't know. And hey, I can say that XQC reacted to my content. I'm not going to say he stole it because like nah. I didn't watch the video, so I can't really say anything definitively about that, but I can say he reacted to me, so that's oh, actually, you know what? I do want to talk about that a little bit because my god, how fucking surreal is that for me? It's mad surreal, guys. I have to say. I was like in a state of um what is it? Dissociation. Yeah, I fully dissociated. Which I know sounds like what the fuck? That sounds like serious, but I don't think it's that bad. I'm fine now. I'm fine now. But I think like the next day, I was like fully dissociating because I was like, holy shit. XQC watched my video? What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, it was pretty crazy for me actually. I mean, it's seriously for reals to go from like being socks. Don't step on my. Oh god, my cat's stepping on my lap. Uh-oh, guys, I have to stay here. Oh, she's so cute. You can see her tail. Yeah, I fully dissociated. And if you don't know what dissociation is, it's kind of like where you don't feel like you're real or like life is real in a way. Yes, socks, hello. You kind of feel like your life is just, I don't know, like you're an apparition or you're like a ghost. Oh my god, she's getting comfy. No, I have to go after this. Oh, she's so cute though. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, so I was like dissociating a little bit. I was like mad confused. I was like, is this even real? Like, come on, man, this does not feel real, you know? Oh yeah, and someone commented, when I woke up the I guess morning of or whatever, um I was reading through the comments and I was like, oh, there's a lot of comments on this video today because I hadn't figured it out yet. And I was scrolling down my comments on my video, and one of the comments was, she's gonna freak when she finds out the the juicer himself watched it. And I shot up out of bed as soon as I read that and I was like, what? I was like, no, 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 no. And then I saw it and I was like, I'm freaking right now. Yeah, I commented on one of the clips, I think. I said, I'm freaking right now." It was so funny, honestly. I think it's just a shame that it does get to a point where you just cannot read comments like at all. Like as a creator. And I feel very thankful that I'm quite, I guess I'm used to hearing that because a lot of creators I watch are very open about like you don't get too in the weeds with it when it comes to comments. Like Cinnamon Toast Ken, he says that I think he said at some point that he got too into it or like too, as I said, in the weeds of it, and it's not good for your mental health. It's not good whatsoever. And sorry, I'm stroking my kitty right now. Stroking my kitty cat. Hello, socks. Yeah. So, gosh, what was I saying? Yeah. And it's unfortunate because I really do like to hear like discussion. I like to see what people have to say, and you just can't do that about yourself. You just can't. So, and I also like to hear like what suggestions people have and stuff, but it kind of seems to me like if you actually do have like a legit suggestion or something you want to say that's like constructive and that's like not just TikTok brain rot, then you actually have to come and like talk to me instead of like commenting on a YouTube video, I guess. I'm just putting that out there because it's like too random. It's too random. But yeah. Anyway, I think that a lot of people had good stuff to say, and I can be you can disagree with my opinions, that's fine. And I'm prepared to put my opinions out there and have people disagree with them. That's kind of like the nature of how it all works. And I will say that there was some really good points from what I saw. So it's not all like one way or the other or black and white, really. It's there's a lot of different facets to all of what happened, and for the most part you guys were chill, so I appreciate that. Okay? Alright, I am going to go. Does anyone want to see my kitty? Ugh. Oh, she's so cute. Hello, princess. Hello. Hold on. she she has a heart condition. Poor thing. Yeah. I think we need to get her an ultrasound actually cuz she has a heart murmur. She has to have medication like every single night. Poor thing. She's just a little cutie pie, though. I love her. This is socks, by the way. You can't see, but she has socks on. Alright. Alright, I don't mean to say goodbye with my chest all out like this, but... yes, oh yeah. To the OnlyFans people, stop. There is no OnlyFans. If someone is using my face saying I'm from OnlyFans, it's wrong. Okay. Alright. Goodbye.